Well, trainer Chad Summers and his Distaff contender dry powder already have won first place here at the Breeders' Cup. They were first on grounds at the Del Mar Thoroughbred Club, and by quite a margin too, Chad. What was it like to have the track to yourself this morning?
Look, it's kind of eerie. You don't often go to a racetrack and you have the track all to yourself. The outrider's leaving his post to come here and pick you up and take you to the track because nobody else is participating. But look, it's good for her to kind of see her surroundings, see what's going on. They already have the breakfast tent set up, and it certainly has the Breeders' Cup signage this year. It's got that feel of Breeders' Cup, and I'm sure we close our eyes within the next 24, 48, 72 hours. It's going to be a different thing. But it was good to get that opening day jitters out of the way, let her kind of have the track to herself, and she enjoyed herself.
Why was it important for you to get here as early as you did? Is so that you can have that one breeze in the
Yeah,
lead?
look, having been at this track before, we think it's a unique surface. Certainly it's a lot different than it plays on the East Coast. She's solely been on the East Coast. Now she's run in Gulfstream, she's run in Saratoga, she's run at Aqueduct, she's run at Parks, and she's taken the racetrack with her. But this is a different track. It's a shorter track. It's a short stretch with a tight turn. She's a little bit of a bigger filly, so we just want to kind of get her acclimated to her surroundings before everybody else gets here.
Great. What's she been showing you since the cotillion?
Look, she's a filly on the rise, right? We're excited for her 4-year-old campaign next year, but we feel like she's earned the opportunity to come here with this race. She's never been beaten by more than half a length, other than the coaching club, where we feel like we know what happened that day, and we just feel like she deserves the opportunity. And hopefully it'll be a big field, but hopefully she can get a good post and work out a good trip.
And Antonio Fraser keeps the ride. What was the strategy behind getting him over to New York? Is it the fact that he knows Del Mar so well?
Well, he knows Del Mar, he knows us. Look, I have a long history with Antonio going back to Dubai. He actually breeze Clapton for us before the Breeders' Cup a couple of years ago, and I told him I owed him one. So I guess this is the one that he gets back. Look, he's a really, really good rider. He's a strong rider. He's good on the front end or near the front end. He's ridden Seismic Beauty before, who's the favorite in the Distaff right now, so he kind of knows what she's all about and kind of her quirks. And we know that he's going to give his best effort, and that's all we can ask for in a race like this.
Speaking of Seismic Beauty, do you see her as one of the main dangers?
Look, she's the older filly, right? Since she stretched around 2 turns, she's undefeated. Numbers-wise, she's got the best buyer numbers in the race, but she's had everything her own way. Mm-hmm. And it's interesting watching her breeze in the morning time. Baffert works her by herself. Baffert kind of notorious for working horses in company all the time. So obviously she's a little bit of a headstrong filly. I would imagine that she's always keyed up and by herself. And with Brandon Walsh sending Jin Jin over, hopefully Jin Jin can occupy Seismic Beauty a little bit, and they'll go really fast up front.
Now, your girl, like a lot of horses, enjoys the odd mint, but she's actually into her vegetables as well. Is that right?
No, she doesn't like carrots. It's interesting. Most of our horses like carrots, but she's a big fan of sweet potatoes. And
sweet potatoes.
This was the first time coming to California. I don't know if it's a California thing, but we had a white sweet potato yesterday. I thought it was a regular potato, and it turned out it was just a white sweet potato. But look. Horses have their own quirks and personalities. We enjoy trying to kind of figure out ours, and she loves sweet potatoes, so she gets them in her feed in the morning and the afternoon.
Right, a white sweet potato. Sounds like a yam.
Yeah.
What's it been, 8 years since you were here with your champion, Mind Your Biscuits, in the sprint that time?
Yeah.
How often does that horse pop into your head?
Actually, I have. For the first time, we have a foal out of his. We have a 2-year-old named Life is Gravy that we bought for 1,700 guineas in Ireland. That ran 5th first time out the other day. Ran pretty well. Made up 7 lengths in the stretch. And look, anytime you come here to the Breeders' Cup, he's a horse that put us on the map and kind of showed us the whole world, not just the big races, but I mean we were able to travel with him literally around the world. Dubai, he's standing in stud in Japan right now, and when we came here in 2017, it was interesting because, he was one of the favorites for the Breeders' Cup Sprint and wasn't coming in with as much kind of momentum. He had run poorly in the race before, and we just kind of had that deep belief that he was going to run well. And when we came here, I'd never been to Del Mar, always Saratoga. It's almost you have to choose, Saratoga or Del Mar. We don't have that luxury of kind of bouncing back and forth. And when I saw for the first time the track at Del Mar and what the track looked like, I knew we were going to be in trouble with Biscuits. And he still ran admirably, he was a little bit too far back early on in the race, but closed well and galloped out in front and wanted to run over everybody in the test barn. But we had to settle for third that day, behind Roy H and Imperial Hen. And we're hopeful that this filly kind of likes this track a little bit more than Mind Your Biscuits was deterred by it.
Well, I know you've got a lot of fans out there, Chad, that will be cheering you on over the next 10 days or so, and Dry Powder, of course, in the Distaff. It looks like she's got a great chance. We wish you all the very best.
Well, we're going to try it, right? That's all we can do.